I'm Dr. Eamon Fulcher and I have a PhD in neuropsychology from Imperial College, London. I was approached by the female lead to conduct research on the motivations of women. We started talking about how we could explore women's sense of self and what fulfilment means to them. I felt that this would be a challenging project, trying to uncover the truth behind female fulfilment. Regarding truth, which is a topical issue in the face of fake news and AI-generated content, it's not just something that Donald Trump or Boris Johnson grapple with, it's something we all grapple with. One person's truth becomes their truth, but another has a different experience, so their truth is different. Who is right? Philosophers tend to agree that truth is determined or identified by having repeated observations that point to the same interpretation. In other words, if enough information is obtained to support a viewpoint, then it's most likely to be true. This is certainly the case for gender inequality, as there is ample evidence that it exists and exists big time. And the truth for women is that they have been conditioned to conform to a cover story. This is the story that society and even close family want them to tell. However, there is an equally true, if not more passionate undercover story, what a woman really feels and wants. She doesn't always voice this very clearly, even in a trusted circle. So suspecting that a true picture might be difficult to obtain, I recommended using an implicit research method. This approach can measure subconscious responses, because the person answering the survey has to respond very fast. So fast there is no time for conscious rationalization, only instinctive feelings and gut truth. Hence, it's a more objective method than a traditional survey. We created Fulfilment Finder especially for the female lead. The response was amazing. Thousands and thousands of women participated. They've explored their own feelings about self, relationships, health, work, money and society. Before we developed the survey, I read the first volume of the female lead book. What struck me was the sheer diversity of backgrounds that successful women have come from, and in many cases the heart-wrenching struggles they have had from which to assert themselves and carve out a meaningful direction in their lives. But I noticed that there were some shared attributes among them, and that their stories and personal philosophies could be grouped or clustered. So using recognised statistical techniques, we found that we could indeed cluster responses of thousands of women into 12 different personas. Each persona represents a commonality of patterns in the data. This data looks at the emotional drivers of women's fulfilment. It provides answers to questions such as, what is top of mind for her? What matters most in her constant battle to juggle home and work life? What does she value most? What does she feel most disappointed by? These are new and invaluable insights. They help the female lead to understand the challenges women navigate at every age and every stage. This data reveals what, and to a certain extent, why. So what does this do? These new rich insights can now help organisations to better adapt to a mixed workforce, to maximise contributions and to bring out the best in the workforce. What we see, which is not all that surprising, is that women are not all the same. Women need and want different things at different points in their lives. But our current employment policies and processes are not adaptive. They are fixed and applied equally, with the exception of maternity leave. Why do we need to explore and adapt these further? Because on the whole, women are carers too, and have these invisible dependents and often more complex lives. It's not that men don't have children, it's just that they are never seen as the primary caregivers in the workplace. Furthermore, women go through some major health changes in their long careers, from puberty to fertility to menopause. Getting this right, understanding some of the impacts, and getting a woman's ambition and key drivers in perspective can unlock untold power and resources. Women can add significant value to the economic performance of society and business, but not if we keep seeing them as just one group in the diversity challenge. Women are 50% plus of the population, and so worth understanding. The data that's been collected by the female lead will come from 200,000 surveys by the end of 2023. This already gives a sharp and new perspective on what is wanted and needed. Why? because it's much easier to solve a problem once you understand it. I believe this data is an incredible new resource. It's independent and objective. It's data which will allow organisations to create a whole new set of opportunities for maximising talent across the whole workforce, not just women. We've had a world designed by men for men. Let's now have a new world where we consider women and what they need and want first. They are, after all, more complex because of the diverse dependencies. So let's make women's fulfilment clear and open, and yes, more attainable.